We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an important announcement. Hey guys, so bit of a change of plan tonight. I'll explain everything as we kind of go. But as you know, we were going to be bringing Adrian in to help us to keep the show going. There's been some developments in the last week, as you can see, change of background. But I'll explain all of that. So tonight we're having a bit of a different show, but this is how it's going to go. It's going to be a wonderful show, I absolutely promise you. But the first thing I need to say is poor old Horlicks, he has a bad back. So sadly, he can't be with us tonight. So if everyone can join me, get well soon, Horlicks. We're all thinking of you. But thankfully, Build with Adrian has stepped in and helped.
Thank you, Penny. Yes, I'll be in the driving seat basically to doing the build as you're in a different place at the moment. So
yeah,
back to you, Penny.
So we have two guests with us. Very, very lucky to have two guests. For me this week, it's been a case of I've never doubted my friends. My friends have been absolutely brilliant. But this week, they really have been way, 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 way above and beyond the Call of Duty. So naturally, we needed some help. The first chap stepped up. He's more than willing to help. You know who he is. He's a wonderful guy. It's Geordie Dave.
Evening, everybody. Thanks for having us on, Penny. And it'll be great to help you again, Adrian.
That's okay.
And then my last guest, I'm really trying hard to say something new and exciting about him. I absolutely love this guy. His knowledge on stuff is absolutely brilliant. I'm just repeating stuff I've said before, but he is absolutely amazing. It's Dave's Hobbies.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here, actually. Thanks for that, Penny, and thanks for inviting us, Adrian. Yeah, pleasure to be here as normal. Yeah, I'll come and help whenever I can. And if I'm not doing anything, yeah, by all means, I'll be helping away.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So the format is we are now going to be doing the Spitfire every week. I did explain last week that I'm going to be moving house because I had to move out. Now, guys, please, I'm not after any sympathy because sympathy doesn't work. I need to just get on with things. Things took a little bit of a nasty turn for me last Thursday morning. And as you can see, one new location for me. I'm taking a new job on Monday in Glasgow. The reason I'm taking the job in Glasgow is because it comes with accommodation. The sad bit of it means that I've got hotel accommodation for the first 4 weeks. Now I've got to find my own place, which shouldn't be too difficult. But I anticipate I'm going to be out of the game for about 4 to 8 weeks. Like I say, the whole thing did turn nasty. If you see, I'm going to explain this. Probably some people will go, you didn't need to. But as you see, I had a bit of a fallout and I got scalped. The reason I'm explaining it is I'm trying to pull my hair back. But every now and again, it does fall forward and you'll probably notice it. So I'm just going to get it over and done with now. Yeah, things turned a little bit nasty and violent. and here I am. So we're going to be doing the Spitfire every week live. Once I get myself sorted out, I'll be doing my Spitfires in the form of pre-recorded videos. But then once I get caught up, I will then be coming back onto this live show, and I will be building my Spitfire the exact same issue as Adrian. So you'll have hopefully the pleasure of two builders in one night. So you'll get the same issue from two angles. Unfortunately, this particular pack of Spitfires, how do we put this? They're very easy issues, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the wording I normally use?
Slow issues.
Slow issues.
Yeah.
So what Adrian is decided to do, which I think helps Adrian as well, he's actually combining the Terminator builds with the Spitfire. Otherwise, the whole show will be over by 8:30, and everyone will be like, "Well, that wasn't worth coming out."
Yeah.
So yeah. So I've done all my intros. Over to you guys. My job now really is just to sit there and say nice things about things that come out. I haven't got my regular PC, so I'm actually operating from a Chromebook. And like I said, I can't even bring the comments up very well because using this keypad is quite awkward. Normally I use a mouse. I don't even have a mouse on the trackball.
Yeah.
So I'll just say really nice things about the parts. I've seen what's coming in the magazine, but I haven't seen them in real life. So it might well be a case of, wow, it didn't look that good in the magazine. Or it might be, wow, it looked better in the magazine. Who knows?
Well, we've already pre-worked out who's doing what, and I'm going to take the first half with the Spitfire, and while I'm doing that, the instructions and Adrian's building, Geordie Dave's going to be taking up the chat. So I think probably the first thing we ought to do, because there is a lot of chat, is for Dave to bring up the chat while Adrian's getting his cameras ready.
Okay, all right. Top of the shop, first one, gold medal, Chris C. Hello, everyone.
I can't bring my little buttons, I'm afraid, so there's no music. So if you want music, I'll just have to do it manually.
Then Crafty Chris. Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's a surprise. Hello, Crafty Chris.
P40F20. I say, Captain Langley, good to have you back with Eagle Squadron.
Now you've got to do it with the Porsche Jackson. I say, Captain Langley, good to have you back with Eagle Squadron. What?
Whatto? Dave's Hobbies. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all keeping okay.
Hello.
And P40. Greeting, good Captain C. Hope you and your good wife are doing well.
Hello, P40F20. Yes, we're doing all right. Thank you. Yes.
Yorkshire Crafter. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good show this afternoon, Yorkshire. I was saying to Christine, it's a really good show. You've really now taken that as though it's your own show, and it was really enjoyable.
Love Minis. Hello.
Hello, Love Minis.
Hello, Minis.
Love Minis again. I ate the clock yesterday, and it was very time consuming.
Love Minis is back to her usual form, so I will warn you, everybody. There's probably going to be really terrible jokes throughout the whole show.
Dano Bills, hello everyone.
Hello, Dano.
Hello, Dano.
Love Minis, a perfectionist walked into a bar. Apparently, the bar wasn't set high enough.
Yeah.
Love Minis again. Question: did you hear about the racing snail who got rid of his shell? Answer: he thought it would make him faster, but it just made him sluggish.
Someone get me a gun.
Bang.
David Bassett, good evening. Penny and Adrian, waiting for scramble at 8 p.m.
We've scrambled.
You scrambled.
Well, it is Andrew, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi from Andrew Jones and Pascal, the Yorkie Woof Woof.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Love minis, if you sit down and enjoy a hot cup of coffee, then your boss will ask you to do something that will last until the coffee is cold.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Love minis. Barista, how do you take your coffee? Me, very, very seriously.
Yeah.
Oh God, scrolling up, I'm getting thingy here, I'm getting lost up.
It does, it just comes in so quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. Where was I? Just scrolled up super quick there.
The last one was Love Minis.
Here's the next one.
Did he get in real about Nigel Macmillan and the Orgorge Gate?
Yes, I did, but please understand with me, I'm having so much stuff to sort out. I've really not had time to digest it, but yes, I will look through it when I've got a bit more time. I've got an 8-hour coach journey coming up on Sunday, so that'll be a chance when I can sit down and catch things, and then I start the new job Monday. Monday night I'll probably be really tired, but then Tuesday I'll have a bit of time, and yeah, I will get round to things. It's just that right now I've got so many other things that are much higher priority.
All right, Warren James, hi all.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, Warren.
Andrew Holix, my driver on the route north side, got his fingers cut off like yours. All thumbs are not cut off.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I'd get in touch with that Hachette again, Andrew.
That must have been a batch error then, if a lot of people are taken are getting the same issues, same errors.
DRD allotment. Now I'll let you know who that is later on.
Hello,
Hi.
DRD allotments.
Mike Tedstone. Hi,
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, that's aimed at me. See, he ain't been here 5 minutes and he's causing problems already.
Yes, sorry, you're Matthew Borden. Evening all, had my first dose of COVID vaccine Monday.
Oh, well done.
Well done, Matthew.
What is it, in 2 weeks?
It might be in 12.
I don't get my second one the 3rd of April, so I got it January the 23rd. First one. Mike Tedstone, hi Adrian. No.
Hello.
Andrew, I wonder if they meant to be like as I wonder if they are meant to be like as his hands and fingers were wrapped around the steering wheel.
No, they weren't meant to be wrapped around the steering wheel, Andrew. If you look at the majority of the drivers, they have got rands sticking out a bit like that. So it is a fault. It's a genuine fault, and you really need to get back in touch with Hachette about your driver.
Dear bosses, sorry to hear about Holix. Hope you are back on your feet ASAP.
Yeah, but not before he's ready.
No.
Mike Tedstone, go to bed to have a rest with a cup of
Ovaltine,
Andrew, a steering wheel on a route master is quite large.
Yeah, it is quite large.
Yeah.
Andrew again, sorry Holix is unwell.
Yeah.
Dave Mack, good evening everyone, and get well soon, Holix.
Good evening, Dave.
Evening, Dave.
Fleetwood J, hi all, hope everyone is okay and looking forward to the show.
Hello, Fleetwood.
Hi, Fleetwood.
Dave Bassett, good evening to fellow squadron members, Jody Dave and Sir Dave C. Chucks away.
Chucks away, old chap.
Yeah.
Andrew, Dave will know what I mean about the steering wheel and the driver's hands.
Yeah, we've gone there, haven't we?
Yeah.
P40F20, Flight Lieutenant Blake, Captain Langley, what is a Terminator device? Something new the boffins have made for arcades. Doesn't look to be a proper kit for a Spitfire.
It's a top secret device, you see. We need to try anything experimental to win this war.
Yeah.
means inventing a robot, then so be it. But it's
Yeah.
top secret. Don't tell the Jerrys.
This chat's long tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It gets like
Yes.
I think the driver's hands are like Holix.
Holix is the driver, yeah.
Yeah. On the Hachette driver.
Yeah.
David Bassett. Oh my goodness, Penny, really sorry to hear that. Glasgow is another world, but I like it. Especially the Clockwork Orange underground system.
See, this is the thing. I haven't even got there, and people are giving me tourist information. It's fantastic. I know all I know about Glasgow is that they've got 2 football teams, and if someone asks me which team I like the best, I've got to probably try to stay as neutral as I possibly can, unless I know what team they want me to say.
And you've got to like whiskey, and you've got to like you've got to like
Tenex.
You got to like haggis.
Listen, guys, I had the best news the other day. These caramel wafers, I had to look at the packaging, and the factory is only in Glasgow, isn't it? Do you know what? I was on a bit of a downer at the time, and when I saw that, it really gave me a lift. And I'm like, I'm getting straight in that factory.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, get well, Holix.
Yeah,
get well soon.
And what's happening to the Rootmaster build? Have I missed something?
So I had lost an issue. So last week, before all this mess happened, I'd made the decision to repurchase the issue. They said it'll be up to 14 days. It's been a week, but I haven't been back to the property for about a week. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, for whatever reason, I'm probably not going to get that issue. However, as I was packing some stuff away, I found my Rootmaster back end in a box, which I'd put my soldering iron in, which is why I couldn't find it in the part work box, because some idiot had put it in with a soldering iron. But I just think, with all the hassles I've been having for various reasons, some my fault, some not my fault, I just think I'm gonna finish off the Rootmaster. We've made so many plans for the Rootmaster, which I haven't been out. I mean, we were going to do 2 issues a week and have this finished by about this week or next week. As it happens, I'm only about 3 issues further forward from when I'd made that plan. So I'm just going to finish the Rootmaster off as a pre-recorded set of videos, and let's bring the Spitfire over on a Wednesday night. And then that means we know what we're doing for the next couple of years. And then obviously I had brought up, what do you want me to do with the part work show? And I've kind of took that choice away from you a bit. But what this system, what it means is that, say, for example, in 6 months' time, the contract comes to an end. I have to move on somewhere else, and I end up going, oh, guys, I can't stream for a couple of weeks. We've still got this show because Adrian's going to be continuing it.
Yes.
So I think, although it may not be what everybody wants on a Wednesday, it gives us a better average quality right throughout.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone's happy with what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Pascal says woof woof to Pepsi, DB. David Bassett, when museums are open, go visit the Transport Museum, and if you get out to Dunfermline, the Maritime Museum is worth a look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you a favour, David. If you could send me that message again when lockdown's over, because I won't remember it. But yes, I'm always looking for play. Part of the reason I like to go to various places is to discover what these places are like. So museums, mountains, caves, potholes, anything like that. I want to give it a go. Otherwise, what's the point of me moving around if I'm not going to explore the sites?
Yeah.
All right, Horlicks, evening all. Sorry, can't join. My sciatica is worse than ever, and I'm currently resting in bed.
Just be really nice and calm and careful, Horlicks. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're irreplaceable, but we can manage without you, so don't panic.
John's model making, evening all.
Hi, John.
Andrew, do you know Steve Flint from the Rear Modeler as he comes from Hull?
Yes, I've known him for quite some time, and I knew that he was on that program as well, that television program. But I think he lives in Sheffield now. I'm not sure, but yeah, I have seen him before in the past, but many years ago.
Yorkshire Crafter, thank you for that, Penny.
No worries.
Andrew, was it a Cuckoo Clock Love Minis? Matthew Bourne, I take my coffee in a cup.
And that is very sensible.
Yeah.
Andrew, that's okay. Best to do until you go to Glasgow.
Yeah.
A40F20, get well soon. Squadron Leader Horlicks.
Yeah.
Andrew, will contact Holly at Hachette about the driver.
Yeah, do that, Andrew.
Lovely. What do you call a pig that does karate? Pork chop. Hey, Matt, I hope the pilot for the Spitfire has all his fingers.
Yeah, let's
So
hope
do
so.
I, otherwise he's
Yes,
got to hit that red button and shoot down the Jerry.
Yeah.
Andrew again. Langley is a model kit manufacturer based in Crawley, mainly railway models and road vehicles. Famous. God help this guy up now. I've lost myself again here. Oh, got it.
Okay.
Horlicks, actually, I got a replacement driver today, and all is perfect.
Oh, brilliant! There we go, Andrew. At least they're sending him out.
Fleetwood J. Penny, hope your new job isn't death by caramel wafer. LOL.
Yeah, well, I might be able to check out a new product I've heard. Well, it's two products I've heard of. One is dark chocolate caramel wafers. The other one is their chocolate creams, and from what I can see, it's exactly the same as a caramel wafer, but the caramel's been replaced by a creamy chocolate, sort of a ganache, and that sounds rather exciting. So if they're really, really nice, I might actually just keep them to myself and go, oh, sorry, guys, I just couldn't get any, and then just keep them all to myself.
The dark chocolate ones are lovely.
I'm waiting for that.
Dave Bassett, say Dunfermline Athletic, Penny.
Dunfermline Athletic, Penny.
Yeah, that's a football team.
I don't know. Is that like a funny pronunciation or something?
Don't know.
Well, that's what they're called, Dunfermline Athletics. That's the
that's the football team. Apparently, I'll be spoiled for I mean, one thing I'm looking at is actually living in Kilmarnock, where the rental prices seem to be a lot lower. And there's a little motorway runs between Kilmarnock and Glasgow, 20 miles. It's about a half an hour commute, which is quite a reasonable commute every day. So, and the rent, I mean, I've been telling everyone how much the rent is roughly. And everyone's like, no, shut up. It's not that cheap, is it? So, yeah.
Andrew, Glasgow has an underground system like London, as running tube tunnels, although runs all underground in a loop.
Well, that might be handy for me, because then it might mean if I can get some cheap gigs in Glasgow, regardless of where I live, I might actually be able to get away with having no car.
Lucas 1945. Hi everyone, sorry about Horlicks. I just hope Nicola lets Penny in Scotland. I hope her luck changes for the better. So
she will let me in, because I'm a key worker, or at least that's what I'm going to tell her anyway.
Yeah.
David Bassett, really sad that you're not going to finish your Route Master as a live build.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler. I have just read your later chat. I just think that if we just get this done as a pre-recorded, I mean, I have noticed you've done a later comment about leaving it for live builds, but the only drawback with that is if I fit an issue in when we've not got a lot to do on the Spitfire, it could take months and months and months to finish. And I am at the stage where I actually have not finished a single build, and I am actually desperate to finish at least one build at some point.
Yeah.
And that bus is because of various problems. That bus has dragged on for way too long.
Yeah.
So,
right, Matthew, we won't look down in the beginning of March.
don't jinx it, because we said that last year, didn't we?
Not yet, it won't.
I'll save it for when the Spitfires are later. So we just Andrew, Glasgow Museum has a number of 19th century steam classic logos.
That I would really look forward to. I actually come from a railway family background. I researched my family tree, and I've got family originally from Lancashire, and family from, I can't remember where they're from now, Wiltshire, and some family from Cumbria. Cumbria? What's the place near you, Dave?
Northumberland.
Yeah, your area.
Northumberland.
Yeah, but your sort of neck of the woods. And back in the days when everyone was very, very poor and they didn't have work all the year round, and you had all the little recruiting people that were all recruiting for the railways, and they all went around the country and they said, would you like a job? We'll give you a house, we'll give you good pay, and we can guarantee your sons can have a job when they get old enough. And quite a few of my family members went, yeah, I'll have a little bit of that. And that's where they ended up in Norfolk. And I'm about, well, if I worked on the railways, I'd be about 4th or 5th generation railway worker. So there you go. It's public transport is in the blood.
David Bassett will do Penny. David Bassett, sadly the route master in Glasgow's are gone.
They won't be when I get there.
Andrew, Penny go to Aviemore for the Strathclyde Heritage Railway. Well, you get loads of
I actually thought of that place. I've heard of skiing at Aviemore, and that's one of those things that I want to tick off my bucket list. Is having a ski session.
It's really cool.
I'm just frightened. I'm just really frightened that I really love it so much that I'll just end up saying to you guys, do you know what, guys? I'm not streaming anymore. I need all my money for skiing.
You can stream the skis. Do a skiing video. Do skiing videos then.
Yeah, I think I should actually. I think we should all do a monthly video on what we got up to this month.
Dear Bass, Penny, the local delicacy up there is
fried bars.
And it goes, Andrew, all the railways from Glasgow to Highlands are worth a visit. Our scenery is magnificent.
Yeah.
And then David puts deep fried Mars balls. Every time I think I'm getting them, there's more coming.
Yeah, I've been to Scotland before, and I missed the opportunity to have deep fried Mars bars, and I kind of regret not having it. When I went to Scotland before, the very first thing I did was I tried haggis. I don't like it, but I gave it a go. I think when you go, you've got to. But a lot of things make sense. Like they have square sausage in Scotland. Now that to me makes a lot of sense. Why do you put round things in a square bit of bread?
Yeah.
The Scots have come up with this square piece of sausage that's roughly the same size and shape as a piece of bread. That makes a lot of sense to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Slap a fried egg on the top, a bit of ketchup, lots of ketchup. Well, no, brown sauce in Scotland, isn't it? Everything's daddy sauce.
Right. Andrew, one of the other channels has done as a series of TV programs of Scottish Railways.
Yeah.
Andrew, again, if you go to Fort William, you go to the Jacobite steam train to Malan. David Bassett, until it was rebuilt, the tube trains there were always underground, no access to the surface. When it was rebuilt, a new trains introduced with surface depots.
Yes, it was.
Matthew Boehm, the last build I completed was a DeLorean from Eagle Moss. David Bassett, the Loch Ness Monster, better watch out.
There you go. I'll do a video called "The Hunt for the Loch Ness Monster."
Andrew, this viaduct is also called the Harry Potter Bridge.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Year, my late dad was a platform supervisor at Manchester Piccadilly in the 1960s and 70s.
Fantastic.
Horlicks SSX Tricky. My Ted stores surprisingly don't do deep fried caramel wafers.
Well, how do we know that they don't? Caramel wafers come from Glasgow. They deep fry everything in Scotland. What's to say they don't have deep fried caramel wafers?
It's going up again. Andrew, this causes problems as all the Harry Potter fans head for it and outnumber the real fans. Love Minis, what do you call a bee that can't make its mind up? A maybe. This is really to go across the air, Andrew. I've been on the Jacobite steam train from Fort to Malan. It's where the Hogwarts Express was filmed over the Finan Viaduct. And God, it's still not stopping.
Yeah.
Andrew, some Chinese tried to walk over and nearly run off by the ScotRail DMUs. And is that it? David Bassett, Tunnocks tea cakes.
Yeah, that's it. That's the last one. So, well then break now, Dave.
Thank God.
Whoever does chat in the first half always has a short straw, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'll take my hat off to you, Dave, because it's not easy. Right. Okay.
Make yourself a cup of coffee and a Tunnocks tea cakes and get that throat rested.
Get it going again. Yeah. So I think we should swap cameras now and get over to Build with Adrian, and let's have a look at this issue 47 of Build the Spitfire Mark 1A. So we're going to be fitting a fuselage panel and your parts checklist. If you're ready, Adrian.
Yep.
And I hope you've got plenty of space because we've got 2 parts. So, and the first part is 4701, and that's the fuselage panel.
Guess.
Oh.
Can I assume that's metal, Adrian?
Guess.
Right. That was a guess based on the outside seems to be metal.
Guess.
Jolly
So
good.
far, the outside being metal so far.
Yeah. And then we've got 4702, and that's 4 PM 2 times 4mm screws and 1 spare.
It was 4, but I've already put the spare one away. And you've still got
Right.
another 3 in there.
Jolly good. Okay, so it doesn't tell you what to do, what you'll need, but it does in step 1. So step 1 says with the model on the cardboard stand, so that means you need the rest of the model. With the model on the cardboard stand, identify the fixing point for the fuselage panel 4701. On the fuselage panel 2201, as indicated, the inset below shows the panel 4701 in place. So there is your lovely Spitfire, Adrian. And we now need the fuselage panel.
Yeah,
And
I'm just
we
getting
need
a screw ready on my screwdriver.
Oh, jolly good,
So,
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
More in center.
And I can already see where it's going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's that one and those 2 there.
Yeah. So we best move over to step 2. And in step 2, it says fix the part 4701 in place using 3 PM 2x 4mm screws as shown.
Right, got them down so far. I'm going to at least put all the screws in so far, then I'll go around tightening them all up.
Yeah.
The holes could be fine by doing each screw up tightly, one by one, but you never know. It could be precise where the piece got to be in place.
Yeah,
where,
just to make sure, yeah.
Yeah. Just as that was the last screw basically put in last.
Yeah.
I tightened that one up. Now I'm just going to the other 2.
Just to give them a twitch to see if they are tight.
Yeah.
Well, finally tightening them up. They were loose still. I was going through them.
Yeah.
Tightening them up.
Really nice screwdriver technique as well, Adrian. You're not wrenching that in, so if there's a problem with the screw, you'll identify it straight away.
So if you've done that, Adrian, we'll move on to the next step, and the next step is completed work. So a fuselage panel has been fitted behind the wings, and that is issue 47 of Build the Classic Spitfire Mark 1A complete for this this week. And if you want to go to see what we're getting next week, okay, for your next set of parts, coming next week in issue 48 is a cable to control the left aileron. Okay. And I wonder what we're going to do with that cable.
Yes, I wonder. Do we put it in place, or do we glue it on, or what? We'll find out. We'll find out next week.
We'll find out next week, won't we?
Do you know, actually, I quite like it. When I first saw the issue, I thought, oh, that's a bit of a slow one. But now that it's been put in, obviously I can see how I know how the next 3 issues are going to go. But obviously if we're working on the left or the right, we then work on the other side when we finish. So I can see how the next 6 issues are going to go. But having a look at that fuselage panel, it's now opened up an awful lot of speculation. I noticed that there's 4 screw holes.
Yeah.
So I would suspect that's got something to do with the fuselage.
Yeah.
Then I'm wondering how big are each fuselage panel going to be? Will we get the whole side in one go, or will we get it in, say, 3 or 4 pieces? Yeah. And I can now see that within the next, say, 10 issues, I think that Spitfire is going to grow rather rapid.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
like with the wings, you know, when we were doing all the engine, it was staying fairly stable for size. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, within 2 issues, it's just suddenly grown. And then we've been doing lots of work within the wing. I don't think we'll be doing a lot of work on the fuselage for a while, but we've still got a lot of work to do on the wings.
Yeah.
But I can now see where it's going to grow backwards.
Yeah. Well, before Geordie Dave takes up the Terminator issues, I'm going to bring up the chat. And because we're going to be lacking behind on chat.
Yeah.
So P40F20 says, all right, chaps, man your kites. The honey's on his way. Give them all a good thrashing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We will do. So, and Horlick says, no, it's not. I don't know what that's in reference to, but
yeah, I can't remember.
We'll have to go back on the chat for that one. So then David Bassett says, nearest preserved steam railway is Bowness in Kinnill and Kinnill Railway. Okay. That won't be Bowness Bay in Windermere Way. That'll be Bowness up in Scotland, won't it? Yeah, and Matthew Borum says, anyone remember watching Trigger, Happy TV Don Jolly? Yeah, I remember watching Don Jolly on a Saturday morning, was it? So Dave Mack says he's done 48, 49 and 50 of the Spitfire today. 48 and 49 were work completed before they were even used. Wow. So that's going to be...
It happens with part works, you know. Enjoy the really long, complex issues, and you will get... I mean, we've had it with the Route Master. I've had issues with the Jaguar where there's like, here's a part, do nothing with it. The Harley was horrendous for it, especially in the early stages.
Yeah.
I suspect you probably would have had that with the R2 and the DeLorean. It's all, you've got to look at it as 120 issues.
Yeah.
And obviously they gave us some long issues quite early on at the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you think it's going to be that long every issue, well, you've been a bit spoilt too much early on.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matthew Warren says, I thought Adrian had Bismarck part.
Yeah, I can see how you thought that. Yeah.
Okay, and then David Bassett says, Penny, my Glasgow Football Club is Patrick Thistle.
I didn't know they were Glasgow based. I know so little. I know a few football clubs. The club I look out for in Scotland is Wraith Rovers because I had friends up there, and this was just after they beat Celtic in the League Cup. And someone was telling me about a funny story because they won the League Cup. They qualified for what is now the UEFA Europa League, and they got drawn against Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich rang up and they said, "Look, where is Wraith?" Well, Wraith isn't in Wraith; it's in Kirkcaldy, which is in Fife. So where they got the name Wraith from, I don't know. But
yeah,
obviously Bayern Munich officials had been looking on a map, looking for a place called Wraith.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
So he also said that I've been watching them play. Did overnight coach from MK and back overnight. Wow, I bet that was hectic to say the least. So Matthew Borum says that does the cockpit fix onto that part?
I think Adrian will have the answer to that one, won't they?
Yeah.
No idea at the moment because I haven't tried it.
Yeah. Okay. So then David Bassett
Maybe
says,
we'll have a treat next week then, Adrian.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of a look at that next week. David Bassett says also visited Albion Rovers as well. And then Dave Mack says it'll be the same for the next 4 issues. Yeah, I would imagine it would be, yeah.
I believe the next 3 issues are working on one particular area. So we can naturally assume that the 3 issues after that will be working on the other side on the same area. So really the only thing we don't know is what's going to be in the last issue of the next pack.
Yeah. Yeah, to take us on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the chat brought up today. So I'm going to hand you over to Geordie Dave now and to Build with Adrian to carry on with the Terminator.
Okay, we're going to assemble and affix a knee joint. Are you ready for the list of pieces?
Yeah.
So can you just remind me what issue are we doing, Adrian?
95.
95, Penny.
Perfect.
Right, 95 wood, knee joint.
Knee joint. Yeah. And same again, this was plastic.
And 2 is a knee joint.
Let me find that part. You know, they keep on changing the order. So, yeah.
3 left leg tendon.
So I'm looking for the number, what item it is. Right, that's it.
4 left ankle ports A and B. Down the
Yeah.
5
A and B.
5 is a joint washer.
Yeah.
6 is a metal washer.
Yes, and that's still in its bag.
Right. 7
for it.
Right. 7 is 5 3x6mm PM screws, 1 spare.
Yep, there was 5. There's 4, 1 spare, so I've put the spare one away already.
8 is 2 3x12mm PM screws, 1 spare.
Yep, so we end up with using 1.
And 9 is 2 3x12mm Allen key screws, 1 spare.
Yeah, and that's the one we end up using.
Is that an Allen key head?
Yes, it is.
Right.
You will also need super glue and cocktail stick, rubber washer 8605 supplied with issue 86, knee joint put from issue 92 and 94, put the 70 from issue 84, a cross-headed screwdriver, sharp craft knife and cutting mat, Allen key supplied with issue 26.
Yeah, I came across that Allen key. Now I don't know where to put it. Well, I'll use the Allen key head out of this out of the aura.
Right. Let us know when you're ready for step 1.
Yeah, just getting through out. Right.
Okay, step 1. Apply a little super glue to the 4 ridge studs on the joint washer. That's 95.5.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out which one it was. Because I don't think it doesn't matter which one round we go. I think they'd be both the same.
Right.
Yeah, I've got to admit, when I do a dry fit on that, in reality, when I actually put glue on and pop it in, it's probably not been put in the same way as when I dry fitted it, but it's a circle, so.
Yes.
So step 2, identify the fixing points on the for the joint washer 95.5 in the center of the knee joint 95.1.
That's the side because you've got large grooves there. Of course, sometimes dry fitting some of these.
And step 3 shows the joint washer 95.5 fixed in place to the knee 95.1.
And I bet we end up doing the job on the other side.
Yeah. Step 4, in the same way, give the joint washer 86.5 supplied with 86 in place on the other side of 95.1.
Right. Okay. Same again.
Yeah.
Put some glue on these nodules. And of course, oh yeah, this one's slightly different because it goes in more of a hole.
Step 5, this shows the joint washer 86.5 in place.
Lovely.
I think I'm going all the way down, hopefully.
All right, so you're going to need a PM 12 meter screw for this next bit. Step 6. Take the tendon 95/3 and a PM 3x12 mm cross-headed screw. Identify the fixing point for the tendon on the knee joint, port 95/1 arrow.
Yeah, so examining it. Right, okay. Actually, no, I think I'll go slightly bigger head. Better. Right. There's the hole it's pointing out to.
Right, so you know what step 7 is going to be.
Yeah.
Use a fine crosshead screwdriver and the PM screw to fix the tendon 95/3 to port 95/1 as shown.
Right, there we go.
Okay, step 8. Turn the knee joint assembly so that you can access the 3 screw sockets on port 95/1 circled. Take the knee joint 95/2 and check how it fits into port 95/1. Note that there is a tab on port 95/2, red arrow, that fits into the notch on 95/1 blower. You will need 3 PM 3 6mm screws.
Right, there's a little notch out of there. And there's tab. It's basically goes in like so. And where that is nice and tight, it doesn't matter how if you do up each screw tightly at the same time or not.
Step 9. Use the 3 PM 3 times 6mm screws. Fix the port 95/2 inside the base of 95/1 as shown.
Yeah, I've already done one screw so far.
Adrian, I think your clock is getting earlier and earlier every week.
Yes.
Never mind, give it another 3 years, it'll be accurate.
Unless I stop it for a moment and reset it. It's missing its pendulum, that's why it ended up going a bit faster.
Ah. Wouldn't want a missing pendulum, would you?
Right, that's all 3 screws done up.
Okay, right, you need the Terminator. Place your Terminator T-800 model facing downwards so that you can access the leg port 89/2, 89/3. Fit the knee joint assembly into the knee and at the same time fit the tendon 95/3 into the end of the leg 89/3 as indicated by arrows.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing the Terminator off the shelf. Just oh, that's right. It's that big. Here we go, final piston. So basically we've got to insert this one into here.
That's step
And
11.
roughly positioned like so.
Step 11. This shows a knee assembly viewed from behind. Okay, step 12. Take the knee joints, 95-1 and 94-1. With the joint washers assembled in issues 92 and 94 to port 92-1, fits in the outside of the knee joint, and 94 fits on the inside. 94-1 fits on the inside of the joint.
Just give me a moment. I'm just looking for the Allen key head. Ready in a moment. Right. 92-1 and 94-1.
92-1 fits on the outside. 94-1 fits on the inside.
Yes. As you can see, it's certainly shaped. Of course, and that goes in a certain place.
Yes, that's step 13. Fit ports 92-1 into the recess in the side of the thigh. Port 87-1. The shaft on port 92-1 goes through port 87-1 and through the center hole in port 95-1.
Yep. Okay, that stage is complete.
Right, 14. Check how port 94-1 fits into the other side of the knee joint. At the end of the thigh, port 87-1. Note that there is a square tab on port 94-1, which fits into the recesses indicated red arrow. The shaft of the port 92-1 fits into the center port of 94-1, blue arrowed.
Yeah, there's a tab and there's a center hole. And it's in like so.
Okay, step 15. Take the 3x12 millimeter Allen type screw and fit it into the center of the joint port 94-1. Use the Allen key to tighten it, but do not over tighten it. Should be possible to move the port 95-1 up and down.
Right. Zoom in a bit loose, do a bit more. Hang on. Probably overtime it now. Well, you can always fine tune it when the model is slightly finished, because you won't know until, well, you think it might be loose, but when you altering something slightly longer, you have more leverage on it. So that screws in there nicely.
Right, well, you don't need that model anymore. So it's step 16. Take the foot assembly from issue 94.
foot assembly. And
Right. Carefully cut part A from the frame 95-4 and remove any rough edges. Check how it fits into the socket in the foot assembly.
I'll tell you one thing. This way they've actually get you to assemble it more way. I'd prefer doing the other one. Because originally they told us to push these two together.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm happy with that.
Right. Holding part A in place, turn the foot assembly around so that you can access the other side of the socket. You will need a washer, 95/6, and a PM 3x6mm screw. Fit the washer onto the screw and use the screw to fix part A in place.
Just got to swap back over it again. This fits in there like so. Get the washer on the screw. Oh, no, okay. Just double checking on hats. Right, that's nicely done up.
Okay, step 18. Cut part B from the frame 95/4 and remove any rough edges.
Okay.
Push the open end of part B firmly over the bowl of the joint. You will hear it click in place.
I'm happy with those edges, so. Was this what I like? Because last time you had something you can really hold on to the part when you're pushing it on.
So you should hear it in place.
Yeah, because last time you had a little piece to try and push into there, and at least it was something bigger to hold a push against this time.
And that's it, stage complete.
Right. Well, there's that part. Please forgive me if I don't get the other part down off the shelf again.
It's really heavy. Right, I'll just bring up the chat. So from the Spitfire, Dave Mack says, I do love surprises, laughing out loud. And then David Bassett says, I spent 2 weeks in Kirkcaldy in summer 1986. Could get a Kingdom of Fife weekly bus ticket for £5 back then, when in England wouldn't buy you a day National Wonder Bus ticket. So Matthew Bourne says, it was on the evening time 20 years ago. And P40F20 says, good shooting, Flight Lieutenant Blake. Got that Jerry Blighter right in his How's Your Father. Captain Langley, watch out for the Hun. Coming on your 6 o'clock. And then we've got Matthew Bourne said, had a Spitfire delivery Monday, 39 to 42.
That's good to hear.
And David Bassett says, Arnie has a lot to answer for, laughing out loud. I'll be back in so many builds. He will indeed. And then P40F20 says, shoot that Jerry Cuckoo, somebody. And David Bassett says, don't sit under the cuckoo tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the cuckoo tree with anyone else but me till I come rolling home. Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
That's the end of the chat.
Right. Do we move on? Do you mind, Gory Dave, doing another issue?
What time is it?
Oh, 10 past 9.
5
Nearly.
past. Yeah.
I'll get the other issue on. Issue 96. Oh, bring me a background. Issue 96. Add the left kneecap and assemble a toe.
Yeah.
Ready for a list of parts?
Finding it. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Right.
96-1. Outer left kneecap.
Do you want to go full screen,
Yeah.
Adrian?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I've forgotten. And that's gone. I've forgotten to change back to that one. My apologies, everyone.
That's all right.
There you go. This is plastic again. Other parts are plastic.
96-2. Inner left kneecap.
Yep. Plastic again.
96-3. Foot joint pins times 12. 2 spares.
Yes. There you go. Well, you might find after this one I have 4 spares.
Right. Right. 4 foot part marked 1. Was it I?
It's marked with a 1.
Right. And then 5 is foot part marked with a 1 again.
Yes. Well, one's just a straight shaft, and the other one is with a nodule on it.
And 6 is a foot joint.
Yep. That's the way on the image it is. And these 4 parts are metal.
7 is a
three
toe.
parts. Yeah. Well, if you want this little small counterweight for doing a little model footage.
And 8 are 2 4x8mm rub screw.
Yes.
1 spare.
Well, there's one I'll be using.
9 is 3 plastic sleeves. 1 spare.
Yes, I've actually got 2 in there to be used.
And 10 is a joint washer.
Yeah.
And you will also need super glue and cocktail stick, a sharp craft knife and cutting mat, Allen key supplied with issue 26.
Yeah, same again. I'll be using my oil one. I came across it and think, oh yes, oh, because I mislaid it and I found it and I thought, hang on. I've actually just found it because I knew it was on my desk somewhere. Right. So I had to find my cursor on the screen somewhere. Right.
Okay, step 1. Check the foot ports 96.4, 96.5 and 96.6. Note that they have a number on one side. In our following steps, work with the numbers facing downwards. Also, the foot ports are carefully shaped to produce a spray effect. So follow the instructions carefully.
Well, according to that, the numbers are upwards. So I'm bursting them the way on the screen at the moment.
This is saying the numbers downwards.
Well, if I turn that one up, Because on the image it's showing that's got no indent. Same Wilson.
We'll get.
Do I work out what they're saying in the instructions, or do I work off the image?
We'll have to see. Okay, then. Well, step 2, which showing it the indent down over. Fit the shoulder. Step 2, fit the shoulder flanges on the foot port 96.4 on either side of the hole in port 96.6 as indicated by arrows.
Now I'm actually working with the numbers downwards, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's probably what they meant by.
Right, step 3, fit the groove screw 96.8 through the joint between the ports 96.4 and 96.6 and tighten it using the Allen key.
Right. Okay, that was done.
Okay, step 4. With the number facing downwards, fit the next foot port 96.5 to the hole in port 96.6. This is adjacent to the hole where port 96.4 is fitted. Note that the shorter flange on port 96.5 are fitted to port 96.6. Now it says 5. Fit a plastic sleeve 96.9 through the hole in ports 96.5 and 96.6 to hold them together. Cut a pin from frame 96.3 and push it into the plastic sleeve. Place the joint on a flat surface as you push it so that the sleeve stays in place.
So when you cut one of these pins off, there we go. There you go, one in my hand. Right. Run your games again. Right. This one in there. Yeah, get the rubber sleeve in so far. I'm glad we didn't actually do the fingers like this, because then the fingers would have been fun to do. Right, that's in there so far. I'm gonna have a look at step 6. Yeah, right. Okay.
Step 6. Fit the
Don't
flange.
read step 6 at this moment. I'm just double checking the image, the finished image, compared with this part going in. Right. Okay. Now I'm ready to read out step 6.
Right. Fit the flanges on port 96.6 on the other side of the hole in port in the tool 96.7. Might as well read 7 out as well. Fit a plastic sleeve through the hole in ports 96.6 and into 96.7. Cut a pin from the frame 96.3 and push in firmly into the plastic sleeve to create a firm but flexible joint.
Right, hopefully this one pins on the same side, because this part has got an indent on both sides. So I'm going to go to the next step, just have a quick, right, okay, no it doesn't.
No.
Let's double check that. Nope, right, okay, no it doesn't.
Well, step 8, we're moving on to something else.
Yes. Okay, that's nicely done.
Okay, expert tip. When viewed from above, you can see that the lower bar of the assembly is angled outwards.
Yes.
Okay, step 8. Check how the inner and outer parts of the kneecap 96.1 and 96.2 fit together. Studs on port 96.1 fit into the recess in port 96.2 as indicated. Use a cocktail stick to apply a little super glue to the two studs on the port. Stick the two parts together.
Right, I'm going to quickly test fit it. See how well it goes down, because probably with a bit of glue in the hole, you wouldn't know how, you know exactly how far it's down to push. Okie doke. Okay, put some glue on these tabs. Right, and okie doke. Right, that step's done.
Right, step 9. Identify the fixing points for the knee cap on the knee joint, 95.1. There are 2 holes and a slot for the tabs and port 95.1 arrowed. You get Mr. Terminator doing it.
Yes. Right. Right. There's the 2 holes, and that's the little tab. Oh.
Step 10. Apply a little super glue to the 2 round studs and the rectangular tab and on ports 96.1 circled.
I'm actually, first of all, I'm going to just double check to see how the fit's going on. Okay.
Okay, and 10 is glue the kneecap assembly 96.1 to 96.2 in place on the knee joint 95.1 as indicated.
Okay. That's nicely pushed on.
Step 12. Take the joint washer 9610, apply a little super glue to the 4 studs, fix the washer in place on port 95.2 at the base of the knee joint.
And last issue actually tied up that little washer been sitting around for a little while. Oh, it's a complete issue. Okay. Rotation resistance goes. Right. Okay, that's pushed in nicely.
And that step completed. Stage completed.
Yeah. There's my. And there's my tail done. And next time we'll beat those parts there. Making an interesting issue to do. Right.
Jolly good, well done. Okay, to bring up
any
the
more
chat.
chat?
Yeah, we've got some more chat. So David Bassett says, brilliant. Glenn Millard say, thank you very much for that. Dave Mack says, ever thought of going on Britain's Got Talent, Dave's hobbies? No. I'd get tripped off. So P40F20 says the golden tones of group captains say. So yes, golden tones. Dave Mack says the good thing Hachette didn't make the movie The Terminator. By the time they'd finished building it, Skynet would have gone into liquidation, laughing out loud.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Good one.
So, and then the most important one of tonight's text is David Bassett. On a more serious note, guys, I currently have my daughter in hospital in Kettering, and my ex has been admitted overnight at Stoke Mandeville Hospital here in Aylesbury, sadly. Our thoughts, prayers and wishes are with you, David, and your family too. And let's hope and pray that they do get better quickly.
Yeah, and I just hope it's not anything too serious.
Yeah. So then we've got Matthew Borum saying, nice to see you towing the line.
Yeah.
Which builds in nicely with the tow. So Love Minnie says, at David Bassett, oh no. And then we've got Chris Davies Wild. Hi, Chris. Hi, all. Abs looking good, Adrian. So it's looking good, Adrian. So hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I think that's the end of the chat so far. Yeah, so far it is.
Yeah, only so far though. You know what chat's like.
Yeah, it'll come in thick and fast now, won't it?
Yeah, usually as soon as you start saying, oh, I'll wind the show up now, that's when all the chat comes in.
Yeah.
So Chris Davis says, oh, where are we at? There we are. So also I meant, yeah, I know what you meant, Chris, you're all right. So then Yorkshire Crafter says, great to see you all live and brilliant to see Adrian building. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because of a variety of reasons, the live shows have been a bit thin on the ground this last week. So it's nice to have at least one or two a week. Obviously, we had Chris on Monday.
Yeah.
But I think other than that, when was the last live build? Mine last week?
Could have been. I can't remember now. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been very boring driving my bus all week with nothing to do at my layovers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, David Bassett says, thanks for your kind words. You're welcome, David. As I say, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
Yeah.
So P40 says, good show all round, Eagle Squadron. Made short work of those blighters. What?
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 Off to debrief, lads. Tea and caramel wafers in the mess for afters. Thank you very much. And Chris Davis well says, Dave say you should be on X Factor. Yeah. No.
You've got the X something though, haven't you, Dave?
Yeah, X something, yeah.
Yeah.
So David Bassett says, I think the voice for Dave, sir. Yeah.
Do you know what? That reminds me, I was on the bus the other day and I passed wind. 3 people turned around and looked at me and I thought, whoa, I'm on The Voice. You like that, Dave?
Got to have a laugh.
Yeah. Well, this is what I've been doing all week. If you don't laugh, you cry, don't you?
All right. And if you cry alone. If you laugh with others, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Chris Davis well says, David, my thoughts go out to you and your family. Good on you, Chris. Thank you. Yeah.
Is that Chris Davis world?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Yeah.
So David Bassett says, thank you at Chris Davis world. So yeah. So have we got a schedule to do then?
Would you like me to do that? That's something I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, I'm just happy I can get involved in something with my little excellent but smallly formed laptop. So tomorrow, now Horlicks is not well with his back, but he has kept the schedule in for Thursday and Friday. Thursday he's scheduled to do the Terminator 91, and Friday he's scheduled to do the Spitfire 27, but that is his health dependent.
Yeah.
He's hoping to be back, and we don't want him. It's this balance between we don't want him to rush back because we want him to come back fully fit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want him back so he can do these live streams. So it's this, but Horlicks, don't come back until you are 100% fit.
Yeah.
Saturday, dun, 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 dun. We've got something different on a Saturday. We have Chris Davis doing Jaguar issues 21 and 25. And I cannot wait because I've got Saturday off. I shall really enjoy watching that just before my big move on Sunday, of which we have nothing planned on YouTube. And then Monday we have Chris, let me get this right, on Chris Campling's channel, but also broadcasting to Chris Davis's channel, we have Terminator issue 95 and 96. So subscribe to both guys and then you'll make sure you get it. Now, Tuesday we have nothing booked in at the moment. Now, I suppose this is going to change. Wednesday would normally be my Paint with Diamonds show. I'm going to be honest with you, on a scale of 1 to 10, I say my likelihood of being there is probably about a 2 or a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then my chances of being on next Wednesday will be, let's do a Norfolk saying, shall we? Fair to Madeline.
All right.
It really depends on whether I can get an internet connection, but Adrian will be here and he's booked in, or he's scheduled Spitfire issue 48 and Terminator. Obviously we have another slow issue next week, so he's just bringing in the Terminator just as a bit of a filler.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did I do that one okay?
Yeah.
Yes, that was perfect. Thank you.
I haven't lost the touch yet.
And that's brought us round to next week then, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I keep forgetting what day it is.
It's all been the same since about last March, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It has. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
So, bit more chat then. Matthew Baum, how's Penny doing with the diamond painting?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I brought a couple of diamond paintings with me to the hotel room, and I'm halfway through doing an R2D2. If you're really desperate for me to show you, I can, but as my diamond painting is sellotaped down to the table, I'm going to have to move the laptop. So this is going to be an extremely unprofessional view. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Wow.
So it's really nice. Yeah, I've just been cracking on. If I've got a spare half an hour, I'll do a bit there and I'll do a bit there. I've actually brought the great thing about the diamond paintings is that because this tends to be the size of a package, I can get lots of packages in a box. I've got a box full up of them. So I won't be totally bored out of my head. At least I'll have something to do. But obviously I'm raring to go with the models. And of course, watching Adrian build tonight, I'm now like, oh, I want my models now.
You want to get on, yeah.
Yeah.
So, while you're standing on Penny, we'll carry on because David Bassett's got a message for you, and that is good luck with your long haul up the marauding hordes over that wall. Remember, they can never take your freedom.
They can never take my freedom. No, they can't.
And don't be afraid of their kilts neither.
No, apparently the weather's getting warm enough, cold enough, that they are beginning to think about putting underwear on.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
So Chris Davis says, looking forward to the Jag build. That has been a long time coming.
Yeah, you're going to love that, Chris. I can absolutely promise you.
And then P40F20 says, Eagle Squadron Ops next Wednesday. Yes. Perhaps we'll learn more about the Terminator device.
Yes.
I have a little announcement to make. Somebody came on. D allotments.
Yeah.
Well, Danny was talking to us a day in that, because you know how Danny does his and I do mine. So we're going to do it as a joint venture.
Oh, brilliant.
So we've set up another channel and we'll call it D allotments. It's sort of Dave, Rob, who's my other son, that's it with allotment, and Danny allotment.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Wonderful. So that's going to be dedicated to doing your allotment, is it?
Yeah.
That's going to be really, really good. So you're going to be doing things like, oh, well, it's March now. It's time to dig up and start planting your spring onions and things like that.
It's just, as I say, Danny's done a lot more than me, so
yeah.
So we're going to so you're not seeing sort of like 2 videos in the same week.
Yeah,
we don't hear that.
That would be really, really good. I'd really welcome that, because if I get my lovely 2-bedroom house with a front and back garden, I'd like to plant a few little things. I'm not into like big vegetable gardens and things, but you know, a few little spuds and you know, and a bit of a herb garden. So maybe I can learn something from your allotment videos. I know the hard thing is getting it turned over and getting it started.
At the moment, it's still a lot of work to do. We're hoping to get some seeds.
Yeah. But once you've dug all that undergrowth, whatever it is, up, then it's just maintaining it, isn't it? Which is a lot easier than digging it over.
Basically, once this lockdown's over and Urban Newcastle get with a skip and we can get rid of all that rubbish, it's going to make our job a lot easier.
Yeah, and you never know, when I'm up in Scotland, maybe if I got a couple of days off, I can just pop down for half a day and then I'll do half an hour digging, and then I'll realise why I don't have an allotment of my own, and then bugger off home again.
You're welcome. We're not for force. You're welcome.
That'd be really good. I'm looking forward to the time when we can all meet up again and have another lunch together.
Yeah.
Once me and Danny get their first videos up and launched, just so that you can watch out for us, please subscribe to it.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Separate channel from it. We'll use the hobby show to advertise it on.
That's a good idea, Dave. Yeah.
We'll be advertised on the allotment channels as well, but I'll use the hobby show.
And obviously, we'll do whatever we can to promote it. But it's one of those things that you don't really think about. Yes, I can go down Morrison's and buy some vegetables, and they're going to be quite nice. They're vegetables, whatever you know, but growing them on your own little plot,
Yeah.
how amazing is that? And
Yeah.
you know, you're eating your Sunday dinner and it consists of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And that just makes it taste that much nicer. All you need to do now is get a little pig on there, and then you can have a 100% homemade Sunday dinner.
Well, no chickens.
Yeah, that'll do. But,
well, I don't think I'll be looking. I don't think we'll be looking at getting livestock.
No, it's a lot of it's a lot of work, a lot of commitment, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you need to weed your strawberries or whatever, and you can't get down today, they'll wait till tomorrow. But if you've got chickens and things that need feeding and you can't get there today, you're probably not going to have chickens tomorrow or next week.
So, as I say, it was Danny that brought the idea up with us this afternoon. I thought, well, set it up and I'll show the night and I'll put it out. Tell them
that was brilliant. That is brilliant. And I think there's something wonderful about father and son projects.
Yeah. Yeah, so, absolutely.
That's my little pro.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
My Geordie channel will still be going, and I'm going to look at doing some of my things on my buses, and maybe look at doing some more plastic models and using that dedicated to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
a little bit more chat. David Bassett says that Devils in Skirts. Yeah, laughing out loud. Yeah, you got that land from Carry On, didn't you? Devils in Skirts. Yeah. And then Chris Davies Wells says, I've got knowledge of gardening, has done level 2 in horticulture.
Yeah, it's a good qualification, isn't it? Level 2.
Yeah. And Matthew Baum says, R2D2 looking good.
Wonderful.
Jolly good. Jolly good show. Well, I might do another one off, or should I say another couple of issues on my Spitfire. But I'm recording it and putting it out recorded. So look out for that within the next week or so, and then the next few days. So yeah, I'm itching to try and get on a little bit with that. So I might do a couple of issues. Next issues to do is 3 and 4, I think. So something like that.
Yeah, I started watching your video, and I do love watching your videos. You've just got something about Dave that just makes it enjoyable to watch.
That's a very perfect.
Well, I think the thing is, there's so many people doing it out there that, I don't want to be following everybody else. I just want to get it so it's getting the gist of what's happening and then getting it together more than anything else, rather than doing the instructions and doing this, that, and the other stuff. There's so many other videos.
You get 10 people do the exact same thing, but because they allow their personality to come through, you then end up with 10 completely different videos.
Yeah. I mean, I made the silly mistake of the wrong screws in the wrong holes. The plastic screws and the metal screws.
You mean a little bit with the Ecto 1 when I had to remove about 30 screws because I put them all the wrong ones in.
Well, it happens to the best of us, doesn't it? So,
yeah.
So right.
Yeah, I've done that secretly, putting the wrong screws in. Think, hang on, they should have been different.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, when I've got the wrong screws in, I don't mind having it on video that I've got it wrong, and if people want to laugh at me or if it puts them off my videos, then so be it. But I'm pretty warts and all. I figure if I make a mistake, somebody else can make a mistake.
We're only human at the end of the day, aren't we? So Chris Davis Wells says in the summer and spring weeding is important as you get bandweed, etc. Talk about bandweed here, it's terrible. So yes, you put summer out. I corrected it, Chris. And then Chris Davis Wells says Dave says TARDIS, laughing out loud, but your videos are good and brilliant. There'll be all sorts coming out in my TARDIS. I've still got a couple of projects that nobody's seen yet. and nobody's. Well, there has been a one good guess over what something is, but I'm not giving anything away yet. So, because there might be another couple of vehicles to be added to whatever I'm doing. So, and then David Bassett says, yes, Dave, carry on up the Khyber. That's the one. Yeah, carry on up the Khyber. So, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, remember it quite nicely, that one.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting that no matter what Dave shows us, he's always got something up his sleeves. even when he does wear a short sleeve t-shirt, he's still got something up there.
Even when I've got nothing on, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a little surprise there somewhere.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep them interested if you can.
Yeah.
So P40 says, P40 F20 says, I thought so, group captain. Oh, well, you'll have to wait and see, won't you?
You know, I mean, I'm out of touch with RAF ranks, but P40 keeps giving everyone ranks. Am I near the top or am I right at the bottom of the pile? Has anyone worked out where we are in relation to anyone? I'm not really sure where I am.
I'm not really bothered.
No, I'm not. But it's like
No, it's
I don't know if he's just picked a random rank and then just stuck with it, or if he's actually said, right, okay, well, Dave's a little bit better than Penny, and Penny's a bit so and so, and this is the ranks I'll do.
No, it's nice to be thought of that way, but yeah, I'm just glad that we've got tea and caramel wafers.
Well, hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, everyone will have even more. Whoops, I've just given away a secret there. No, I think I'm going to just pop into the shop. And well, the first thing I always do when I go to a new area is I hunt for local delicacies, the things that are, you know, it's like one thing I do remember about Kirkcaldy is if you get a Scotch, I mean, I like Scotch pies, but if you think they're nice from your local supermarket, wait till you go to Scotland and you have 5 or 6 in the morning that the baker has just removed from the oven.
Yeah.
And it's little things like that. You know, food-wise, what is Glasgow known for? At this precise moment, I have absolutely no idea.
No.
They might not do anything special. You know, their delicacy might be slop on a plate.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'll find out. And it's one of those, one thing I miss from Kirkcaldy is bridies, which is like, well, if I called it a form of a Cornish pasty, I would probably be insulting it. And again, getting up early in the morning, going down to the baker's and buying it at like 5, 6 in the morning, it's just an experience that's out of this world.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got more chat coming in.
We have.
So, let's go on that one, I think it is. So, Chris Davis, well, I bet Dave says, does magic tricks. Not really. David Bassett says, magical Dave says, conjuring up new projects. Yeah, there's a couple of new projects that you haven't seen yet. So, and then Chris Davis, well, Captain Dave says, and P40F20 says, random chance.
Yeah, I thought it probably was. He probably just come out with what sounded good at the time and stuck with it.
Yeah, rank stupidity, says David Bassett.
Sounds like me.
And David Bassett says, best pies at football at Albion Rovers. Whoa.
Well, let's put it this way. You don't go to Albion Rovers for the football, do you?
No, and Chris Davis, well, says haggis. Is that what Glasgow's famous for? Now, I thought Glasgow was famous for the GCS scale, which was the Glasgow, and now let me get this right, the Glasgow coma scale. So that, like, you know, so if you've if you've had an accident or something and your consciousness is not fully compos mentis, so they would give you a GS scale. So and that GS scale is based on a Glasgow conscious scale or something, and so they named it after, I think it was somebody at the Glasgow hospital or something, or something around there. So, and that would measure your consciousness on a score of 1 to 10. So 10 being,
you can't eat that, can you?
10, no, that's right. No, 10 being the most conscious, and then 1 being the least conscious.
Right.
So, yeah, I believe that's it.
Shipbuilding's big up there on the Clyde.
Shipbuilding, yeah. The Glasgow Kiss is good up there as well.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Don't ask for a Glasgow kiss, for God's sake.
No.
You need to be measured by the GS scale after a Glasgow Kiss, I would imagine.
Oh. Well, I've just done a quick Google on what food is Glasgow famous for. And you've got chicken tikka masala.
Oh.
It is apparently Glasgow is the curry capital of the UK. You've got pakora, which I've heard of. This one sounds interesting. Mac and cheese pie. Sounds interesting. Roll and fritter. Tatty scone. Got no idea what tatty is. That potato, isn't it?
Potato, yeah.
Yeah. Chips and cheese, lawn sausage, and munchie box. And the only advice I'm going to give myself or anyone else is you may have had those before, but if it's being mentioned as a delicacy in Glasgow, forget what you know and try them as though you've never had them before. I do know one Scottish dish which is extremely nice, and that's corned beef hash. Now, where I come from, corned beef hash is a tin of corned beef mixed in with mashed potato.
Yep.
But up in Scotland, it's potatoes boiled potatoes. Then you put in and onions, and then you put in a can of corned beef, which comes out because all the fat melts and it comes out a bit like mince. Put in some gravy powder and serve with half a bottle of daddy sauce, because apparently they have daddy sauce on absolutely everything up there.
Is that neeps and tatties?
I don't know. I don't know what neeps is.
No, I don't.
See, I've got so much to learn, haven't I?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a culturally enriching experience.
Neeps don't talk.
I don't know.
Well, let's go back to the chat then. So we've got Dave Mack. I've got back into doing plastic model kits. Yeah, you're doing an American wagon at the moment, a 6-wheeler wagon. It looks absolutely fabulous. I really do like that model. I think it's 1/24 scale in it, Dave, but it is really good. It's a bit problematic because I've seen Dave struggling with it a few times. It's black on black parts, which is problematic. But I think once you're used to where all the parts are going, then I think it's going to be a brilliant model once it's done. So, and Dave Max says, but it's finding somewhere to put them, laughing out loud. Yes.
Yes.
I've got a couple of projects that's absolutely massive, and I don't know what to put them at the moment. Fleetwood J says, Glasgow has one of the highest numbers of Indian restaurants in Scotland.
Yeah.
So, and then Chris Davis says, that's Scotland, not sure what Glasgow is famous for. So, and Chris Davis Wells says 4, yes. And David Bassett says, shipbuilding in Glasgow. Yeah, shipbuilding. And then David Bassett says, Glasgow is also famous for, see you, Jimmy. See you. The wee cowering skillet. Timorous beastie. So, yeah, that's a famous Scottish phrase. Peter Whitlock says that lawn sausage is a square sausage you mentioned earlier, Penny. Hi, Peter, by the way.
Yeah.
And
it just makes sense to me. You got a square bit of bread, put a square bit of sausage in.
Yeah, it's a blooming round sausage. Yeah. So David Bassett says nips is turnips. So
That's
turnips,
Right.
so that'd be turnips and tatties.
Aye.
And Dave Mack says yes, it's 1/24 scale. Yeah, I thought it was by the look of it. I didn't look at the description. I'm trying to look in on you as much as possible, Dave Mack, because I want to see how it's coming along. And Chris Davis says, Owen's been doing a series, Welcome to Penny's Kitchen. Laughing out loud. All right.
I've often thought about that as maybe like a weekly recipe, because I do like to cook occasionally. And we as hobbyists, I think it's one of those things, if you're on your own, you get so engrossed in your hobby, you just kind of forget to eat. And then things like this becomes your staple diet, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm on a bit of a Jamie Oliver crusade. Two things that annoys me is when people say, first of all, I haven't got time to cook good food, and the other one is, it's cheaper to buy junk food than it is to buy good food.
Yeah.
I think both of those statements are wrong.
Yeah. So Dano Bill says, isn't Billy Connolly not from Glasgow?
Yes,
I'm
he's
not. Is he from Glasgow? Because he does a bit of stand up about Kirkcaldy a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
he does.
wondered if he was a bit more Edinburgh way.
He's a does. He used to work on a claim. He used to be a shipbuilder.
Right. Okay.
That comedy program I used to watch years ago, and can't remember the
Rob B. Nesbitt.
Rab B. Nesbitt. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Typical Glaswegian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rab
And of course
B.
you've
Nesbitt.
got what's his name? Kevin Bridges is Glaswegian, isn't he? Because someone took great delight in telling me one of his stand-up things is you'll get someone come up to you at a bus stop and say, "Give us a quid or I'll stab you," and I'm like, "Thanks for that."
Oh, they can understand them. It's like a foreign country, from London.
Do you know, last time I went to Scotland, well, the only time I've been to Scotland, I was fascinated by the money. It's exactly the same as England, but I knew Scottish currency was valid in England, but I know a lot of people go, "Oh no, we can't accept that. That's not English currency."
Yeah.
And, when I got back, I filled the car up full with petrol and I paid in Scottish money. And I was waiting for the woman behind the counter to go, "Oh," and I was just going to go, "Right, well, take your petrol back at me." It turns out she's Scottish and she's like, "Yeah, thank you very much." I've seen this one for a while. I'm like, "Oh, I was waiting for you to have a go." She goes, "I'm not going to have a go. I'm Scottish. I know money's valid here."
Why they don't like it in English shops, because it's supposed to be easily forged.
Right. Okay.
Right,
I know bus drivers don't like it because it doesn't go through the paying in machine.
Yeah.
You got to write out a little ticket and you got to pay that in manually.
Yeah. David Bassett says Cullen skink is fish soup, and Glasgow's always is famous for the crankies as well.
Remember the crankies?
So yeah, and one of the crankies is called Nicola, isn't she?
Yeah, but not certain.
You'll be back over that border before it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I should be. Well, it's, to be honest with you, it's as scary as the thought of going to Wales for the first time.
Yeah.
So they'll either take to me or they won't. Apparently they hate the English, so
don't tell them the English.
Yeah, don't tell them you're
I'll
English.
make something up. Oh, did you not recognize the accent? I'm actually German.
I'm from the EU.
Yeah.
You Scottish like the EU, don't you?
Yeah. It's funny, actually. I was talking about Scotland.
You're American, being brought up in England, and you have to escape to Scotland.
Yeah, we'll think of something to protect my life. No, English? What on earth makes you think I'm English?
You'll not understand them in any way. Then we get on the bus, you'll be
one thing I remember about Kirkcaldy was that for about a day and a half, I could not understand anyone, but all of a sudden it just came. I mean, it's the same with you, Geordie. I'll be honest, I couldn't understand you at first, but as I talk to you, I kind of learn, and you just get used to it, don't you? But yeah, I might struggle on Monday, possibly Tuesday, but by Wednesday, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Aye, because Mark used to say, you know, when me and Danny started talking together, he couldn't understand a bit.
Yeah.
Two Geordies talk together.
Yeah.
But you know what a Scotsman is, don't you?
What's that?
You know what a Scotsman is, don't you?
I know what.
The Scotsman's just a Geordie with his heat kicked in.
What I'm looking forward to is all these guys from the north referring to them as Southerners. It'll be like a scene from Game of Thrones. Yeah. Oh, Southerner, I'm not a Southerner. You are to me.
Yeah. Right, so we've still got more chat coming in, which is great. So David Bassett says, have you seen YouTube funny version of Nicola's speeches? No, yeah. I haven't.
I'll find some up, Dave, and I'll send you the links. They are really funny. It's like the bit when she goes, "Oh, never mind going around big Karens for a glass of wine. Get yourself back indoors."
So Andrew says, perhaps we should restart the Zoom sessions we have before the Route Master's finished. No, I don't think so. Not yet. Because there's quite a bit going on at the moment. So
yeah.
So Andrew says Glasgow is famous for Billy Connolly and shipbuilding. Yeah. And David Bassett says you take the high cuckoo and Penny will take the low cuckoo. Yeah, you take the high cuckoo and I'll take the low cuckoo.
There's a road in
Scotland
There's a road in Scotland. I want to find it and I want to see it. It's on a hill, but everything rolls uphill and nothing will roll down. Apparently, I don't know if it's an optical illusion or something.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if you place something at the bottom of the hill, it'll roll up. And I'm sure that's in Scotland.
Right. Okay. So, Dave Mack says, good night, guys. Great build, Adrian, and great show tonight. See you on the next one. Thanks ever so much for that, Dave.
Yeah, I think my Wednesday night show is in safe hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
As it was last time I had a break.
Yeah. Dave Bassett says, Donald, where's your trousers?
No, it's Donald, where's your trousers?
Yeah. And look out, there's a moose loose about this house.
About this house, yeah.
There's a moose with this house.
And Andrew said the railway club sells pot noodles, or it didn't, but it forced to close by lockdown.
When you're on the way up to Scotland, there's a place on the way up to Glasgow. There's a place called Rest and Be Thankful.
Rest and be thankful.
Or just be thankful that you get a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lad's dad I look after. He's a Glaswegian and he goes up to Scotland and he says there's a place on the way up called Rest and Be Thankful. It's actually the name of it.
I'm not surprised. How them old guys with wagons and what have you in the olden days used to drive wagons up and down them hills up there. I don't not know. Been to Scotland a few times through the borders and everything, and gear crunching and what have you in a six-speed coach is a bit of a torment to say the least.
Yeah,
but yeah. So how the old guys did it in old wagons in the olden days, I do not know.
Well, yeah. So with modern technology, you've got. I mean, like I could do Gravesend to to Glasgow in 8 hours, which for me, that's one stop in the middle, just to move legs, grab a cup of coffee. And with all takeaway coffees, I don't even need to stop for a long time. Just walk in, grab a coffee. I can't be doing with these drive-through coffee shops because you need to get out and stretch your legs. But
yeah,
you see, I do an 8-hour drive in 8.5 to 9 hours with a stop, and it's just.
Which way do you go from there? The M1.
I have no idea. I would guess it's the M1 because obviously I'm quite close to the M25. So I guess it's over the Dartford Bridge, hook onto the A1 or the M1 or whatever it is, and just follow it up. But I seem to see Birmingham somewhere. But then I'm not. I mean, what I'm doing is I'm going into London and getting a coach. I won't think about it for about another, hopefully 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'll have all my possessions back.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Hopefully so, yeah.
In it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Johnny.
I'm not a big, well, there's not driving, I'm not a big motor. The A1's our side, east end of the country. The M1's the west end of the country, innit?
Right. I got told the M1 is the fastest built road ever because when they discovered water and oil in Scotland, the English wanted it all brought down. And the Scotland, this is just a story I got told. Whether it's true, I don't know. And the Scottish said, right, well, if you want the oil brought down into England, you build the road. And that's why the M1 is the fastest built road ever, because they want oil.
Yeah. It gets rather busy though.
Yeah. You got to pick your times when you go, don't you?
Yeah.
What I'm planning is to drive a van down overnight, get down early in the morning, sort of 6, 7 o'clock, because my storage unit is 24 hours, load everything up, and then sort of make my way sort of late morning.
Yeah.
And maybe stop at a service somewhere or stop overnight at a travel lodge or something about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then finish the rest of the journey early in the morning and get back at a reasonable time. But the main thing really is don't be on the M25 between about 7 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oof, no. Right, last bits of chat then, so, and then we'll wrap up, I think, if that's all right with Adrian and yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I think we've done that one, haven't we? Donald wears trousers.
Yeah.
The Railway Club sells pot noodles. Yes, we've done that one. Yeah, the Railway Club, that is. And Penny Afraid Scotland is also for midges.
That's all right, because for some reason my blood doesn't taste very nice for blood-sucking insects.
Okay, and then David Bassett says best motorway services in the UK is just short of the Scottish border near Carlisle. On the M6, it's called T-Bay.
Right.
Yeah, we used to get to Scotch Corner, I think, and there was one near there. So
Scotch Corner.
Yeah, that's on the A1.
Right. Yeah, this is all stuff I'll look up before I plan the journey.
yeah, the A1 was, it's a kind of road, really.
Road.
It's a kind of road, yeah, than the M1.
Oh, kinda. I thought you meant as in it was a type of road. It's sort of
No.
You could call it a road if you want to.
No, it's a kind of road. Or it was when I was driving up there. So I'd much rather drive up the A1 than the M1.
Yeah, I've only done the A1.
Yeah, when you get up Edinburgh, you got to cut cross country to Scotland. To Glasgow.
Yeah, we used to cut cross country to Edinburgh and then go through Edinburgh and what have you that way, and then cross country to Glasgow. So yeah,
or you could cross country in Newcastle.
yeah, you could.
The M6.
Well, what I'll actually do is I'll just do what. Although I say I was going to do whatever Google Maps tells me. I did a route going home from the depot the other night, and it told me to get the bus away from Gravesend to Swanscombe and then get the train from Swanscombe to Gravesend, when actually the bus that was telling me to go away from Gravesend was actually 4 stops from Gravesend in the opposite direction.
Oh, right.
I'm like, what? It's like, it's 4 minutes, 3 minutes in that direction, and you're telling me to go that way and then buy a train ticket, and the whole journey will take me an hour, and then I've still got a half an hour walk home to the hotel.
Yeah. So Lucas 1945 says, what I remember is the A1 was built 10 years before the oil, and by everyone. So yeah, by Lucas 1945.
Take care, Lucas. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And
Thank you.
David Bassett says Penny Glasgow is on the M6 side of the UK. Yeah. And
Right.
David Bassett says the coaches go via M6. Yeah,
Right.
depends where you're off.
I did have a bit of a panic actually. I booked my coach ticket, £29 from London to Glasgow by Megabus. But then I read somewhere else, they'd done a press release and they said, oh, we're pleased to announce that we'll start running coaches again in England and Wales from the 26th of March. And I'm like, well, hang on, I'm getting a coach before then. But it turns out that they've suspended all services in England and Wales other than a service that they run from London to Glasgow, and then they still do Scotland services. So I'm like, well, it's a good job I'm going to Glasgow then and not Newcastle to pick a random place.
Yeah,
so I have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So David Bassett says if you go the M1, you'll come up Edinburgh side of Scotland. Yeah, that's correct.
That explains why I've only gone M1A, 1E side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. So if you're ready, we'll wrap up. If you want to go.
Yes. Right. Right, shall we say our goodbye reverse sort of thing?
I don't mind either way.
So, Dave.
Okay, thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for putting lots of content in the chat as well, because that's much appreciated.
Yeah.
Please give Adrian a nice good thumbs up for the build tonight, and as always, support everybody else that's on here on their YouTube channels, and we'll see you next time around. Watch out for another video from me. I'll probably put one out this week sometime. So good night and take care.
And it's over to Gordon Dave.
Yeah, thanks for having us on tonight. 2 really good builds tonight and a really good chat. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this evening. So good night from me.
Yeah. And Penny, I know it's your channel and my channel, so
no, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's now your channel. I've done the official handover. So I do just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of my friends, everybody. Obviously, friends, anyone can be a friend, but when things happen and my friends have all been there for me, it's been absolutely overwhelming. I probably would have just gone to pieces if I hadn't had my friends. Thank you to Adrian for looking after this channel, this show on a Wednesday. It really is appreciated. There's a lot of benefits to my job that I do. But at the same time, there are these disadvantages. Things happen. I have to move on. It's a bit of a bummer, but it's the way it is. So long as I learn a lesson from every stop, then things can only get better. And let's just hope this is a really good move for me. And is what is it they say? This isn't goodbye. This is see you later.
Yeah.
I will pop on as often as I can, but obviously until I get there, I don't know what facilities I'm going to have. If I'm in a hotel with broadband, then I'll see you next Wednesday. If I don't, then it'll be a little bit longer once I get my own accommodation, and then I'll have my own. And obviously I've got to try and get favourable shifts. One thing I've learned with this trade is that if you're asking for something, you've got to give something. So You know, it might be a case of, oh, can I have Wednesday nights off? And then I'll do all those horrible shifts that you can't get rid of in exchange. And quite often that works, but I can't guarantee anything at the moment, but I will try my absolute best because YouTube has done so much for me mentally, and you guys have helped me out. And just sometimes just by, I said to someone the other day, they just sent me a message saying, are you okay? And I just said, you know what, that just meant the whole world to me, just knowing that someone actually cares. So anyway, I shall waffle on no more. So this is now officially handed over to Adrian. I know it's in good hands. I know he's doing a couple of exciting builds, and he has a really good build style. And of course, you've still got Horlicks once he's fitting well. So yeah, everything's all good.
Yes, thanks, Penny.
No worries.
As in the description, basically both of us on Penny's channel, it's her first, me second. On my channel, it's me first and her second. Of course, it's links to my two co-hosts and Horlicks as well, and there's lists of other people's channels down there as well. So thanks for everyone for watching. Penny, do you mind if it's on your channel, do you mind if I do the outro of my...
You can do whatever you want. Like I say, I've handed it over to you. Make this channel your channel, Adrian. And, you know, I don't have a problem with anything that you do. So I've just caught that comment. Love Minnie's hotel room looks bigger than the old place. Normally, when we have the pre-stream intro, the guys see this. You guys don't see it, but I'm sitting there dancing. And for the first time ever, I actually got up and danced and jumped about, and it was like, I've got all this room, I'm going to make use of it. So there's me jumping about. But yeah, it's nice to have the space. So, but yeah, no, it's your show, Adrian. You do your outro, make it yours, put your stamp on it, Adrian, because I know it will be very good when it's yours.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. Here's the outro. Bye.